you prepared to launch into all of WHSmith stores?
Starting out maybe a bit younger, with less experience, they don't take you as seriously.
How did being a chef shape the product?
Start worrying when that momentum slows down.
What advice would you give to someone who is sitting on like a food idea?
What do you love the most then of building this business? We can't say.
TBC, yeah.
We say, welcome back to Digital Cheesecake. We've got another guest on. We've got Sarah, myself, Ellie, and Jack. And we're really excited to have Zara here today. Jack reached out to her, found her because we're really keen on her business, what you're doing at the moment. But you've gone from chef to founder. Tell us your story.
Yes.
I've been a chef for like the best part of 8 years. I went to cooking school in Cape Town, and it was so fun. Cool. It was like the best time of my life.
Like a good one there?
Yeah, really good. It's like the kind of do you know Ballymaloe in Ireland? It's like a very kind of farm to table situation. Anyway,
look at us.
I feel like I would.
We don't work in food.
Yeah, exactly. I say that like everyone should know. Anyway, so I was in Cape Town for like 3 years. Worked in fine dining restaurants down there, and then decided I wanted to specialize in like health focus, kind of nutrition and that sort of avenue. I then went to California, did like a raw foods sort of cooking course and nutrition course, and then kind of went into the world of like private chefing, cooking on film sets, cooked for like
cool stuff.
Actors and actresses, which was really fun. Hilarious, like the craziest time.
Yeah, we want some name drops. We've already asked you before, but
can we?
I think
awesome stories.
I signed an NDA.
Or maybe some stories.
We can't say, but he is really good looking. He's famous at the moment.
Terrified. It was so fun, and like they are the craziest places, and just like cooking for those sort of people, it's such a wild like they are. You know, there's no doesn't exist. You know, you just like whatever they need, they get.
Do you get creative when you're doing it with them, or no?
Yeah, and like some of them were really into their food and like would be really engaged, really involved. Would love to know where they would get, where we were sourcing food from, what they were eating. Like super fun.
Did you make any
make people like that now?
And from Sainsbury's.
Lisa.
Lisa
special.
Fresh sandwich.
And then. But then like some of them weren't that interested, and then like you just bring it to them, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So that was really fun, and then I think I broke my arm. I sort of was just exhausted.
I felt
like burnt out, and I like broke my arm. There was like a series of events, and I just was like I needed some time out.
Yeah.
And then I was actually applying for a development role at Pret.
Oh, nice.
Which was really. I wish.
You don't wish.
I don't wish now. I'm like it was a step in the right direction, but nearly like got it. Didn't. It was like a very long process, and then. And then just like found this job, private chefing with this client, this couple, and they just were amazing. So fun. It was like they had houses. So many.
Life sounds pretty cool.
It's wild.
Were they like business entrepreneurs and all of that
like
kind of stuff?
amazing entrepreneur, like such a cool story, and like such nice people.
Good.
So nice.
Yeah,
that's
I just
the main
got
thing.
so lucky.
Where was this? London?
Based in London, and then like a lot of time in America, in Mallorca, like Cape Town. It was just fun.
I love that.
Which was cool. And then, from there, like I then was basically, there's like two pieces of the puzzle to I guess how I got to Uji, but like the one is, so I was spending a lot of time in America. And I never cook for myself. I hate cooking outside of work.
I can imagine. Yeah.
I like people always take.
I feel like chefs say that sometimes.
No, but like I just genuinely, I have no interest. I get home and I'm like eggs, avo, bagel.
Yeah.
Like I
keep
nice.
Solid.
Like I keep the sort of co-op egg situation running single-handedly.
I want to know where you get your eggs from, by the way.
I always organic, always free range, but I also they're so expensive eggs.
I know
they are at the moment, and in the US massively.
Crazy. Oh yeah,
the US has an egg thing.
That was wild.
Sorry, I digress.
So then, so I just always like convenience brands. I'm always on the lookout for like just quick, easy ways.
Yes,
and like
yes,
as a consumer myself, like that's always been a massive pain point for me is finding like I used to get an Eat Natural bar or like a Kind bar for breakfast, which isn't satiating, it's not nutritious, like it's full of sugar.
Yeah.
And yet like
I get that.
It would be so early in the morning, I couldn't be bothered to cook for myself, so I would just go like repeatedly. So that was like, and when I was in America last year, they were just overnight oats everywhere, and I was just became absolutely hooked on Mush, the brand out there.
I was like,
Oh,
whoa,
is that
is that
Mush?
drugs?
Yeah.
Mush.
It's like different conversation.
I heard of that one though. Mush. Okay. Mush.
And yeah, so I was like having that every day, and like kind of that was all happening, and then the sort of second part to the story is I got into food because my mum, she's like the most amazing chef,
Cool.
and just like always just cooked such amazing food when we were growing up, and it's like a big passion of ours, like a shared
Nice.
As a
passion.
family. Is she also a private chef?
No,
or-
she was like she cooked a bit, like she did management, and my parents are Zimbabwean, so she grew up like doing lodges, doing lodge management, that sort of thing. And then my dad like started a company when he was 26, like
nice.
bootstrap from like the ground up, and he is like such an inspiration professionally for me, and I feel like that became a real shared passion of ours. And it's like we would talk about ideas forever, and like, you know, so we wrote business plans for like a salad bar, an adaptogenic coffee shop,
Nice.
this, that, and then
Love that.
I know,
I
so
love
it was
that
like
one,
a
yeah.
thing. It was like
Yeah.
we just loved, and still to this day, like always just talking about new ideas. So I just called him up, and actually, initially, Uji started from a fresh salad dressing idea. So like I was into sort of the idea of like green goddess dressings and
You
making
know
them.
what? I agree. There is no good salad dressing.
I will
It's
actually
healthy
plug-
and natural.
just rape-
I'll
Rapeseed
shout
oil.
out All Dressed Up. It's
All Dressed
such
Up.
a
Okay,
great
I'm gonna
dressing
look for
brand.
and it's natural,
Okay.
good
Yeah,
stuff.
amazing.
Not
She's such a great
rapeseed
founder.
oil and
No,
stuff
no,
like that.
she's
Okay.
great.
Awesome, cool.
So so I was like thinking about doing that, inspired by like I just love green goddess dressings and all of that sort of thing. Like Googled into it, like, got like did some research, found out about this thing called HPP, which is high pressure pasteurization, and it basically uses like pressure rather than heat to prolong like, products and gives them like a shelf life without having to add anything into them.
Oh, okay,
So
nice.
it's
It's mainly
amazing.
like
Yeah.
dairy kind of products.
You know,
or
like a
can do
cold
it-
pressed juice.
Yeah.
it's cold pressing something.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I just like started pulling feelers out, like asking around, came across like a few different factories, and there was one in particular that we just got on really well as like characters, had like a really nice chat. They were from Portugal. They were like super great, cool people, and we just really vibed. So I was like, these are the ones. And I was like, hey, I'm a chef. I have like absolutely no FMCG experience. Is there any chance we could explore the idea of doing fresh dressings? Then they were like really on board, hilarious. Like I just laugh back, like look back and laugh because I was just so like, hey,
Yeah, excited. Yeah.
what about like taking?
That's what I
part
say
in
to
it?
people. Just start asking.
Oh my
like, get into it.
gosh, you have
Just
to.
ask the question. Yeah.
So anyway, and then I like ghosted them because I decided it was
Whoa,
like
hectic.
I just I know I'm not a ghoster.
I'm not texting you.
But I did ghost them, and because I just was like, no, this was actually. I was back in America, and I was like, this maybe isn't as good an idea as I had thought. In hindsight, could have been cool, but
Yeah.
and all dressed up is doing amazingly. It's so cool. So but by this point, I then knew about HPP, and I was in America, and I found out about Mush, and I looked into it, and they were also HPP. So then I like went back to the factory a few months later and was like, me again. Is there any chance you'd be interested in doing overnight oats? And they were like, yes, this would be so cool because we like been wanting to do this. So so then we just sort of began the journey, and like you just ask. Like I think you just have to put feelers out, and you know they're such a great factory, and they have like they work with such great brands, but you just have to put your feelers out and and go for it. And then we just started the like development process, and that was like in September last year, and here we are with 4 products later.
That's
Nice.
crazy.
How did being a chef shape the product? Were you kind of really anal about everything?
Yeah,
or,
I think I've actually thought about this. So I think the flavors and the textures that I've gone for and that I would I've used in the products, I think somebody who isn't as confident with food and with ingredients would be would shy away from, just
Okay.
because it's like they're slightly unusual. It's like slightly different. That's been it's like you're slightly pushing the boat out on like a bright blue overnight oats. But I
Okay, I
think
like
just
that.
having the confidence in your palate, in your understanding of food, in textures, and in knowing what people enjoy.
Yeah.
has given me the kind of confidence, I guess, to just like push the boat out on the products.
Nice.
What are the flavours and the textures?
Well, like we've got quinoa in them, so it's like
No, we
yes,
should have brought them
that's
today.
good.
I know, I will. I'm gonna send you guys some next week.
I know.
I
need to
love
eat them.
oats. We
Sounds
love
yum.
overnight oats.
Yeah, and they were like, I used to make overnight oats the whole time for actors, for actresses, like
Yeah.
on film sets, and a lot of my like private clients as well. And I'd often add quinoa in just because it was A, another plant, B, another texture, and it kind of gives it a slightly light, fluffier texture than usual, I would say. And then also got chia seeds in.
Yum.
And then we've
They're
got
so good for you.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
love it. And then we've got bright blue, spirulina, and blueberry,
Yes,
spiced
love
apple and
that.
almond butter with
You make things sound really nice.
like chunks of apple. Oh, that's so good. Original, which is just funny enough. When I was like thinking about it, I love the flavor of breakfast of like that. I don't know what it is, like that creamy, vanilla-y, like yogurty. It's like
Like a rice pudding?
yeah, just like
No?
kind of, but like
No, there's
that
something about it this
warm
morning. I was
feel.
like having yogurt and porridge.
Oh,
and I was
yogurt.
like,
Yeah, yogurt.
just like
that
all those like
first-
familiar, like yogurty, vanilla.
I agree. There's something about it.
Yeah, and so it's like a breakfast flavor if that exists.
Yeah, it
and
does.
then matcha. So
Yeah,
nice.
the big
I'm
ingredient
obsessed with
at the
matcha.
moment.
yeah, the moment, the one.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's like the first one that would be doing that aside from the overnight oats. Like
Yeah.
putting matcha into like the food side of things.
yeah.
Or pistachio.
I
Like,
know.
that's the other big one, right?
So good.
But
Wait, so if I want to go purchase it now, can I? Or
On Thursday, like a week, no, next Thursday.
Oh, what's
It'll
happening on
be-
Thursday?
We are
Exciting.
launching into all 150 WHSmith travel
Nice.
stores.
wow,
amazing.
how have you
Nice.
prepared to launch into all of WHSmith stores?
I have like totally just winged it.
Oh,
I
we love no
haven't-
strategy.
I feel like I chucked myself unintentionally into the deep end. But I'm such a believer that you have to just like take a plunge eventually. And I don't think I would have ever felt ready to like, you get everything in order and then suddenly you press go and you're like, shit, there's so
Yeah,
much
God,
I haven't
Jesus.
like, just things come out of the woodworks and nothing goes to plan. And like, you just have to take the hit. I think also like the last month or 2 months have been, I'm such a magpie. I love all the shiny fun bits. Like this
Yes.
is my like absolute dream coming onto a podcast. I
love that.
Love
so
it.
many rounds
Yeah.
I pretended I'm on a podcast. I literally love
I
it.
think we all do, don't we?
I literally
Like
run around
talking.
like, yeah, so
I
Angel
love it.
Canal, you'll see me talking to myself.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And so like I love all of that, but the last couple of months have been like really focused in on spreadsheets, on numbers, on like boring admin, on onboarding forms.
I think it's boring.
But the
I love that stuff.
necessities, yeah.
good.
But it's
yeah,
and,
it is,
and so I'm just training myself to enjoy it more, and I am starting to get there. So
What do you love the most then of building this business?
funny enough, sales has been my thing, which is
Yeah.
so
That's interesting.
A lot of people don't say that, especially if they're on the creative side,
Yeah,
like
and
you
I
are.
really
So
I thought I don't know, I've always like thought of myself as a bit of a creative.
Yeah.
And so like I just thought marketing would be my thing, or like just the social media side and all of that stuff. But actually
No, everyone
I've
hates
loved-
social media.
not social media, but like exactly.
I
I find
know.
it so overwhelming.
It's full on.
it's
but
a lot,
just
yeah.
the creative like side of things. But actually, I found that more challenging. It's like
Yeah.
I was talking to someone the other day who said, you've got things that you like but you're not good at. You like but you are good at. You've
Yeah.
got to like basically
So true.
box
Yes,
things.
which I agree.
Yeah.
People say that to me in the
And-
sales area. I was like, I'm gonna hate doing that with the business, and then you're actually like, oh, there's such huge like reward feeling. from
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
so
yes.
I just feel like I've really enjoyed it, and like I think when it's your product, you're the person for
Yes,
as long as
most
you
passionate.
can who can like sell it the
Yeah.
best. So I feel
So
like
true.
like moving forward, and as I start thinking about building out a team, I'll definitely try and like stick in on the sort of sales side rather
Yeah.
than the like marketing probably.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, which is quite funny. I feel like
To
you're
be
right.
honest, they can be one and the same sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
100%.
Especially
It's
when
a
you're
lot of
starting your own
parts together.
business,
Yeah.
right? Like you've got
You're
to do
doing
everything.
You're doing
Yeah.
everything. It's so, it's interesting. But I think, sales has been what I've found the most rewarding.
So
Yeah.
who have you got on your team in terms of like who do you start with? What did you think? Okay, this is my first hire. I have to have.
So I've outsourced a lot,
Okay.
which has been amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like we partnered with the manufacturers and they had really big like minimum order quantities. So
okay,
from the
nice.
get-go, it was going to be require a lot of like pre-selling.
Yeah.
Or systems, as you begin to approach a big retailer, like you can't have that conversation unless you have the infrastructure to support that conversation.
Right,
You
yeah,
can't
that
just
makes
say
sense,
like,
yeah.
hey, I want to be stocked in Tesco's. They're going to be like, well, where, have you got this? Have you
What are
got
the numbers?
Yeah,
and what's the team,
so I basically have tried to like take as many of those boxes and fill in as many of those gaps, despite our age and stage. So like we've outsourced our ops. That is my least strong. I'm so not thorough. I'm not So that was the first thing, and they've been amazing. And then like the finance, sort of that's all outsourced. I've had some like the Future Pantry is this like I'm working. They've been amazing. They help like female founders and just with like the sales side.
What's it called?
The Future Pantry.
Future Pantry.
Is it really food related because it's called pantry?
Yeah. They all come from like.
I'm like, I want to join, but I don't think I can
Do
join.
I? Or,
They are. It's all. They just help. Like it's a consultancy, but they've just got great experience and like they're so wonderful, and they've been really helpful with like the sales side.
Brilliant.
And like I've been working a bit with Young Foodies. They've been amazing as well. Again, just the part of their like starter program. So just like putting myself in amongst lots of people to try and sort of, I don't know,
like
just,
elevate what you're doing.
Because obviously I don't have any experience myself, and my dad has been amazing. He's been like
so
a bit
nice.
of my kind of business partner. He's not my business partner, but has been so helpful, and he like loves it so much. It's so fun.
It's good because a lot of people say, I'm not going to work with my family.
Depends on the family you've got.
Yeah.
But we went into this boss meeting and I was like, you can't come in with me. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, you can't. And he went back to my mum. He's like, she didn't let me come into the meeting.
Funny.
It's when the child becomes the parent.
I know. It's so
I
funny.
know.
Anyway, but he's been so great and like just explaining. And I think I'm so grateful because he has always taken me seriously as like a businesswoman, like from such a young age. I would have these crazy ideas, and he was like, "Go for it!" Like you make a way, you find a way, you go. And I think that's really given me so much like confidence in when you have a like starting out maybe a bit younger or with less experience. There are a lot of people that sort of will be like. I don't know. They don't take you as seriously as such, but like so it's just been nice to have that kind of baseline like support.
Yeah, like a supportive person. Because would you say, I guess the naysayers are like the biggest confidence blocker, or did you find anything else?
I feel like my career, I guess, has been so different in terms of I've never sat at a desk. I've never been a part of a professional
that's a good
team.
point.
Like I'm so
kill no steps.
and like so I can't imagine like building out like being in an office and building out a team. I'm like
and sitting on a laptop or something.
I don't know what like office culture looks, but that's like.
Yes.
I grew up in kitchens, and so
Do you have lunch during the day?
I'm like
Because you hate cooking, you
I
said.
literally, I know I live for like I don't know
Bread and
eggs. Anything.
Meal deal.
We love it. We love meal deals.
No, don't tell me you eat a meal deal.
No, I
Ellie
don't.
hates
I know my boyfriend is the worst. He loves meal deals so
Disgusting.
much.
Sorry,
in fact,
it's bad for your mental health.
It's
everyone.
British culture.
I've also
Shit
banned
that's
him
in them
from
in the
them.
ingredients is insane.
I banned
I know,
him
I
from
know.
like the Tesco's meal deal, and he said he started feeling better. I was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
of course.
Okay.
I know. I'm a
Anyway.
big Itsu for lunch girl, actually. I love
Okay,
Itsu,
that's nice.
But it's just
Yeah.
expensive. You have to try. I also try and bring stuff in.
Sorry, I don't know
we
what I was
try.
asking.
Yeah, so like biggest confidence blocker. you
Yeah,
think?
I feel like, and I didn't go to uni. I didn't. So it's just
All
like
for
that's
that, skipping
fine.
the uni
yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
but
Fine.
again, it's like different. I think you feel, sometimes you can be made to feel like that's setting you back. And I've
Right.
never, I don't know. So, but it's crazy because I think real life experience is it's like invaluable. Like
It is.
working, I remember I think it was Stanley Tucci or someone like that, and a podcast was like,
He's killing it. That guy.
Oh, I love that guy.
I
He's
know,
so
everyone
good,
loves
isn't
that.
he?
I like he's an
Every time I see him, I just want to give him a big hug.
I know. Listen to him.
With the glasses.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was in Hunger Games.
Mate.
He wasn't hungry.
Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
a
the
guy.
interviewer.
How is that a
Wasn't he an
reference?
Ally
Yeah.
McBeal or something? I'm
Anyway, we
thinking of something
digress.
else.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. He said the best life experience you can ever have is like working as a waiter in a restaurant, and like I think
Jack says that.
I say that all the
Jack
time.
says that.
I say that all the time.
Did
My-
you get it from him? He didn't
No,
get it from
no.
you?
My
No,
favourite job was
always said that, yeah.
working behind a bar as a waiter.
oh my
Yeah.
god,
You learn
it's
so much.
so much like
Yeah.
such hard work. Like
Intense.
customer is king.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they're
Always-
hungry.
Oh my gosh.
Hold your tongue.
Hold
Yeah.
your tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Smile.
Hard work, like 18 hours in a kitchen.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I used to
True.
cry in the
Bruh.
fridge.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Cry in the fridge, like in the bear.
I would go into the walk-in.
I think chef jobs are so hard.
And I'd call my mum and I'd be like, Mum, this is so hard. And she was like, then
Just
quit.
do it.
And I was like, well, God.
But hats off to the chefs. Like I love chefs because they have to work
Big,
in
big
such
the hours.
high pressurized environments.
It's so
This is a heavy chat, but in Australia, I'm just digressing. Being a chef can be, you can get heavily involved in like bad areas because you're working terrible hours. Is that a thing?
Yeah, big
imagine.
time. What, like drugs and stuff?
Yeah.
So
Huge.
scary.
It's so crazy. And I feel like,
How did you get away from
I
that?
also
Sorry,
think
it's
we
totally
live in
random,
such
but-
a like, I think it's like slightly changed, but that whole like rock and roll
Yeah.
chef vibe is like
gosh,
so
yeah.
alive and real.
It's
Like
still
yeah. I mean, I was like the restaurants I worked in were all in South Africa, so it was maybe like
Probably
slightly.
different.
It was like a bit. I would say it was more so like
off.
very. You know, I was like 19, 20, like a girl, and they were all male dominated. Kitchens and just like real rock and roll mentality, like sleep in your car, you know.
Whoa.
Like,
Did you sleep in your car?
No, I
Yeah,
was like, getting
But they were all into rock and
Yeah, I
roll,
was like,
weren't
I
they?
need
And
to
indie music.
and that was like so
Yeah.
the vibe, and I think they
Yeah.
kind of got in like, you know, so
Still like that?
I don't know. I feel like maybe not. Maybe like social. I haven't been like in a fine dining kitchen for probably like 5 or 6 years, and maybe like post COVID it's different. Who knows? But yeah, that was kind of my experience of it, and it's tough. But I remember like. Yeah, they are my cooking teacher when we had to do all these like blocks in fine dining restaurants, and she was like, there's a pro and a con to this year. Like the con is the worst year of your life. It will be. The pro is that nothing will ever be as tough, and like literally nothing has felt like work there are like since.
Yeah.
It's so
Even now with your business stuff.
yeah, like it's not, and even like sometimes because I've done a lot of freelance cooking, which has been a massive blessing up until like recently.
To keep
Just
the
to be able to
business
support
going.
yourself. And I'm so
true,
grateful for the flexibility of being a chef because it's enabled me to like, I went freelance in May last year or like June last year, and then like you can work as little as often as you like. You can pick up shifts like as and when, which has been just such, like I'm so grateful for that. And
Not at restaurants, right? It's like
it's just like sometimes restaurants, catering companies, like you can kind of these chef jobs like
what are the
pop
worst
up.
ones that
Yeah,
you've done?
like
What are some,
catering
like-
companies, crazy.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
I feel
Or like kids' parties.
yeah,
That's all right. Kids parties are like no feedback.
yeah, no, they're hard though.
They
Yeah,
are.
they're hard.
And like
They're hard
even
to-
I'll just like be busy with what's going on, and then you do a shift in a kitchen, and I'm one of my best friends who's also a chef. I'll like phone her and be like, oh my gosh, you forget how hard a day in the kitchen is.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't.
exhausting.
I feel like, oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
Respect. Anyway.
What advice would you give to someone who is sitting on like a food idea and they want to launch it?
Yeah, I feel like what do I think? You will never, that feeling that you're waiting for of readiness, of like feeling qualified, feeling experienced enough, that doesn't come. There's never a right time. I don't think you ever feel ready to do it. You just have to take the plunge and like one step in front of the other. And you know, like my boyfriend and I often talk about it. He's also starting something at the moment, and like it's about momentum. You just have to keep you make
Keep
that
going.
first step,
Yeah.
and you just have to keep the momentum going for as long. You know, start worrying when that momentum slows down, and just like
Love it.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that.
and it's so annoying. Like I listened to so many podcasts before UG, and like everything that I know and understand about brands and FMCG is from podcasts.
And people say, it's all from this podcasting.
Literally,
massive.
it's just the
Yeah.
best thing in the whole world.
Yeah.
I would say listen to podcasts is what I
Yeah.
would say to the people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Digital cheesecake. Yeah.
And the other thing I would also say, is just start. Like I think
start.
people, it's such an annoying thing to hear, but like you don't need to think about what it's going to look like or what it's going to be, but if you just take that initial step, you know, whether it's finding a manufacturer, finding a designer, like whatever that is, you just you do that and you just keep going.
I like that.
So
That's
many
good
questions.
advice. Yeah.
Jack, you've not asked one question.
I'm just thinking, could you ask a couple more questions?
I know, I'm so sorry. But because you fell in love with the product, is that why you like really fell in love with, you know, Uji, the product itself?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was like solving a massive personal pain point of mine. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, solving
the
when it
problem.
is in my fridge, it just like makes my life infinitely
really
easier.
want to try it.
Honestly, I'm like,
God,
I'm desperate to
eat
try
it.
it.
Yeah, just I think like being able to reach for something and it's just so easy easy, and I just trusting a brand and trusting a product is so important to me.
Yeah.
Because then you will repeatedly reach for it, which I do. Like brands like Renourished, like I don't know if it's nourished.
Yeah.
The soup one, like, you know, it's not. I always need something else with it but they are so delicious and there's nothing in them and they're so affordable.
You're
Like
really good at selling, by the way. You are.
Who,
I
me?
want to eat that. I want to eat that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
I'm so hungry right now.
It's so good, and like, I think my massive passion within the space, I think, you know, is affordability and accessibility of better for you products.
Yeah,
like
100%. That's a big thing right now.
a massive thing, and just
Like,
like
it's hard to get when you go to an organic shop though. Some of them are so
So
expensive.
expensive.
I
It's like
can't go to those
10 quid
organic
for
shops.
something.
I'm like, come
I
on.
know.
100%. And I
yeah.
think that for me was like, I would love it to be organic, but like right now, it's
can't
just
do
too
it.
expensive. Like you can't be,
Yeah.
you can't sit on a shelf for like £5, £6. Like it's just, you know, it's expensive for a
know.
lot of people.
For like
What is
breakfast
your
every
price?
day.
£3.95 in WHSmith. But
That's
That's a good price.
Yeah, but
you're paying
it'll be
$2.99
hopefully
for
eventually
Pret
about
shops.
£3.65.
That's good. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Under £4 was just like my goal. That was
Yeah.
what I
Okay.
really
Yeah.
was pushing for. I think it's
It's
just
that 5p.
Because it needs to taste good as well. Do you
it
know what
adds
I
up
mean?
over 365 days.
I bet. Wow. But you, in order to get into WHSmith, what did you do?
Yeah, I think I was, I think I was lucky. I think in terms of where, like, overnight oats is a bit of a sign of the times. It's something that is so prevalent on social media. Everybody knows what they are. You see them on your, like, TikTok, on your reels so often.
Yeah.
But they were like the 4th most Googled recipe globally.
That's
in
an interesting
2023.
fact. I did not know that.
Crazy. Like,
Yeah.
But,
Wait, what
But
was?
then-
I just missed that.
no,
Sorry.
Overnight oats.
Overnight oats were.
Oh,
which is
yeah.
in the UK or where?
No, globally.
Whoa.
Crazy. I think that
used
might
to
be
be
on
obsessed when
TikTok,
I
but
was a
it's just
kid doing
like
it.
it's something around that.
Yeah.
But and we and I think because of that and because they've had this issue with shelf life and we've got a 45-day shelf life, it's just opened doors that perhaps would be more difficult to open in another scenario. Like obviously, you know, approaching these big retailers without any data is really difficult.
Oh, true.
But I think I think you've just got to, and just like you just email. You know, I've had a quite a few times where I've emailed a buyer, like I haven't had a response, and I've kind of gone again, and then I'm like,
How many times are you emailing?
I'm the most impatient person. I'm the sort of person like I'm waiting on an email. I check my emails like 40,000 times a day, and like I'm not.
Same.
I'm also I'll
we
sit on my
all
hands
do.
like don't follow up, don't follow up, don't follow up. Follow
You've
up.
got to have, you've
You
got
want
to
it
have
now.
a
I've
folder.
got it,
I've got a folder for I need to like call my jet.
Yeah.
People need to
Literally,
hear this
I
though,
do
because
have
you
one.
can't
Yeah.
just send one email and then cross your fingers. You've got to keep going, keep
Yeah,
going.
100%. And
one
then you're
email's like,
AI agent. just
I
automate
literally
that
got
shit.
an email yesterday. I think it was from a buyer who like I honestly been hounding for like maybe 4 months, and then they just come back. So
How many did you think you sent to them?
Like maybe 5. Like maybe 5 or
5 is
6.
okay.
That's not even
But
bad.
like, but
Desperation though. I love it.
yeah, it's just like
But I don't think 5 is. 5 is like a
Enough.
normal
Like it's
Tuesday.
normal.
15 is desperation. Well, can I get those spammy things on LinkedIn? And
Oh,
they're like
no,
constant
that's
outing.
different. Yeah.
It's killing me.
You're like
It's
no,
killing me.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Anyway.
So follow up. That is the main
Private
key
yeah.
thing.
So, yeah, definitely on the. But I think you know, we have been fortunate because I think this like the shelf life, the time, the trends, like it's all very aligned with the like this moment in time. So which was like obviously it was done on purpose. You know, like matcha is having a moment.
Yeah,
Spirulina,
I love
all
that
of
matcha
these
one.
things.
Love spirulina.
Yeah, like they're definitely conversations that are
love
going on, and you know, like Pret just released like a spirulina, like
Oh, didn't know
Spirulina
that.
is such a thing.
It
I
has
just
been
love
for
the
years.
blue.
But
I think
yeah.
it's so fun. That,
Yeah,
like,
it's good on the shelf.
I'm gonna have
also,
it.
a lot of people who've said to me like, you know, like are you sure about that? And I'm like, if someone was sitting in your office eating cream oats,
you would
you're
look
not
at
going
it.
to say anything. But if they're
Yeah.
eating
Right.
bright blue oats, you're going to be like, what is
Yeah.
that?
Exactly.
Yeah, you are.
I've
You were
seen
like,
the
what is
passion
in
fruits
that?
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you're going to be
100%.
like,
It's like those Peter Pan. If you watch the old movie Peter Pan,
Your references are
where they have the big
rogue.
buffet and all the food is red, blue,
Yeah,
orange.
exactly. And
Give
then
it a
you-
watch. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm going to see that. So do you have a marketing
Last
person
supper.
then? Or are you going to invest in like a marketing person?
I
Or
think,
do you-
I think probably the first person that I hire like full time will be a brand manager.
Okay.
This is like a news.
Are you sure?
Well, maybe not.
I'm going to talk to you about that.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Ellie's going to step
Just
in.
like
right now.
Marketing of all things.
Of
Yes.
all things. Like I call it brand.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to stick to the sales stuff. So like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, no,
So
you
you've
need someone who's,
established that. Okay.
And just like knows what they're doing. I don't, I'm sort of deer in the headlights kind of paving my
Marketing,
way, but I don't really know what I'm talking about. So I think that definitely, and I haven't really had any help like to date, but that will
That's
will be
awesome.
coming, so yeah.
So zero budget to start.
Literally, my brothers. Oh my gosh, so funny. I did this like photo shoot with a family friend and who's like a bit younger than me. He's amazing, just like this videographer in May. And like my brother had just finished uni, and I phoned him, they're like up north near Newcastle, and I was like, can you come? Can I come? Will you be my models? You and your mates? Like, 'cause you're like not doing anything. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, but we're not. Like, you have to come here. So we drove up.
I love that.
And
Fancy
we were like,
brothers.
I know.
Yeah,
and
that
then
is a
come to
typical
me.
brother.
yeah, it was like,
100%.
you can come. Oh, then I'll help you. And then, and I was so grateful because I didn't want to, they were already doing me a massive favor because I obviously wasn't paying them. But so I was like, oh, can we do a beach breakfast? And I thought, I'm not gonna ask about sunrise. And then they were like, why don't we go at sunrise?
Oh, nice. So they came up with it.
Yeah.
Crazy people. So we got up at like 4, and then we went for this like hike.
that's cool.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
So just getting creative and all that sort of stuff.
I want to see that content.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
Why Uji? Where did that name come from?
Uji
Oh, that's what I was
is
thinking.
Swahili. It's a Swahili porridge. It's
Nice.
which
nice.
obviously isn't relevant because my parents are not. I'm not Kenyan. I'm Zimbabwean. But
Yeah.
I just love like the sounds of like African words. Like a lot of the sort of African languages. They've got beautiful like words in them.
Yeah, me too.
And also I wanted it to be something that could become the thing. So Uji sound is kind of it sounds
It
like
sounds what it is.
Yeah.
It sounds like that.
Yeah,
like
like
can
visualize it.
spongy.
Yeah.
Great
Uji, I
name.
like that.
I'm surprised no one had the name.
I know.
It's a good
I
name.
know.
Uji.
Well,
It's
I
Hard to
good
find
name.
a
Really
name
good
these
name.
days.
yeah. So then I know. Yeah. Then I like pulled my hair out because then we had to change it because it was originally UJI.
Yeah.
And then actually now I love WHI.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I
It
like
looks
that,
cool
yeah.
with the O's. Yeah.
But yeah, so that people would then be like, oh, I'm getting Uji for breakfast rather than overnight oats.
I like it.
So most food brands have done subscriptions. So online, are you looking to do that in the
Yeah,
future?
that's something that we're working
Yeah.
at the moment. I'm trying to the DTC is tough, like it's expensive. The kind of once we've got like a bit of momentum, all these things become more possible. Like right now, it's a bit of a shot in the dark, and like the supply chain, like working out how that works, making sure that you haven't got waste, like all these things is
That's a
so
big thing.
important.
Just one thing at a time.
Yeah, and just like making sure you're not running before you can walk. Like,
Yeah.
we are staggering a lot of our launches. So we're launching into a lot of new stores as well in September.
Nice.
So like,
Cool.
it's kind of focusing on like
Where else?
Uh,
Oh, we can't say.
Yeah.
Damn
TBC.
it.
Yeah.
TBC.
Yeah.
And some really exciting like ones. I can't wait to like share them, but we're just staggering it because otherwise it just would have been like.
It'd just be information
Yeah.
overload.
Oh my
It's just
God.
too
Yeah,
much
it's
on
a
your
lot,
plate.
yeah.
You know.
And how do you also? You've also got to like do the funding for all of that stock.
Yeah,
That's pretty
100%.
scary.
Yeah, we are currently fundraising.
Yeah.
But we've been able to like bootstrap. Like I've been able to bootstrap pretty much like to date, in that we were super lucky. Obviously, as a sole founder, like equity, you have equity as currency, and that's been really helpful. And the like design was probably our biggest expense, and like my designer ended up taking equity in the company.
Interesting. I mean, some people do that though.
Yeah.
In order to keep it going.
And it's like it's so difficult because these things are expensive. Like designs, you've got to and.
So do they still have to have equity in the company?
Yeah, so they still have. Yeah, they will, and they have it today. But that's like you've got. I guess you've got to do that. Like you
I
can't-
know it's hard.
Yeah,
yeah.
and like, a lot of people are like, oh, what are you doing? But like, that's kind of
gotta
the only
find
out.
currency
You
I
have to,
had at the time.
Yeah,
yeah.
So,
Yeah, it makes
and
sense,
also, you've got to. You can't forget these people who like take a punt on you at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like it's all well and good.
True.
In retrospect, to be like, God, that was such like. That was a deal for them, but like at the time it was nothing. It was just an idea.
Who knew? Who knows?
Yeah, and like you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
they've
that's
taken a
true.
punt. And then and we didn't. I was super lucky with like we didn't like nothing. What is it? We didn't pay for any development, which was super lucky.
okay.
So I haven't paid like the factory anything for like a year of working together.
When you mean development,
wow.
explain that.
Yeah,
You mean
like no recipe development.
Oh, recipe.
No, like
Yeah.
none, which is apparently very unusual.
Why? How could you? How?
Yeah.
Well, just because they've got I don't know, but I think they just take
Don't know.
don't ask questions.
But wait, do you go to like to do the idea? Let's say the development of it. Where do you go?
They have like a recipe development kitchen within their
Who's they?
Our like manufacturers.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
That's
that
cool.
was like such a blessing.
Yeah.
And then
'Cause
you
that can be really
suggest what you
expensive.
want.
Yeah, we just like
Like what
back
you-
and forth. So it was took about
Okay.
6 or 7 months.
Okay, so that's pretty decent.
Is that short or long time?
I feel like it's quite long, isn't it?
From what they're saying.
I never know because
Yeah.
I've no experience.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like I
Just-
don't even know. I feel like in some ways it's been. I actually think the what's come after has been longer. Like
Yeah.
we
Okay.
got the product done pretty quickly, but
Yeah.
just the aftermath of getting it like out. Considering that we got the product signed off in like March, it's taken a long time to get them out.
March this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And then you try it with different customers. Like I guess you do that round
Yeah,
first. Okay.
yeah, and all the sampling. We had to pre-sell a lot because of the minimum order quantities. So like we had to. I was just like selling the dream. I'm like Elizabeth Holmes with the like just like buy my stuff.
Yeah.
But not the dream because that is actually yummy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
no,
is
it
not
sounds
lying,
yummy.
I'm
I
not
want
lying.
some. Yeah.
So I was just going around basically begging people, and we kind of had, in retrospect, like we had to have got a big listing in order to be able to launch. So it was such a blessing that we got WHSmith Travel, and and we're part of like a new cohort of like brands that they've launched in. So delicious. I had like the cookie dough, Spooner's cookie dough.
Ooh,
Guys.
that sounds
The next plane or
good.
train that you get on, go and get the cookie dough from WHSmith Travel.
Yeah, no, I'm keen.
Okay.
I'm going on a train. I'm on a plane today, but you're not
Yes.
in there yet.
I know, but so go and get the Spooners. So good.
Spooners.
Spooners.
Yeah, this cookie dough.
It's
in
just like a pot of
Yeah.
cookie dough. Oh my god.
Oh, that cannot be good for you.
Yeah.
No, but it's delicious.
But tell us while we're wrapping up that it's very natural. Like the food. What are you putting inside it?
Yeah, all natural.
Yum.
That's like the beauty of HPP, and there's like no additives, none of that. We've put fiber.
that.
I've put additional fiber, like chicory root fiber.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
People are talking about that. As a
Yeah,
massive
it's
thing
like
at
it's
the
a big
moment.
thing at the moment, which I personally like. It's great. I love fiber. We spoke a lot about like
Love fiber.
we went up and down a lot about protein fiber. I really struggle with protein powders on an empty stomach.
100%,
In breakfast.
yeah.
It's something that like just
Yeah.
does not do well for me. So eventually, and fiber, like I'm a big sort of fruit in the morning,
Yeah,
like load up
same.
on fiber kind of situation. That's my
Fiber's big.
yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually we decided to go down that route. And then
Cool.
I just was
like
like,
that.
I want to kind of double down and get like a good amount of fiber. So we have a 7.5 grams of fiber per pot, which is a lot.
What are you meant to have a day or something?
Like another overnight oats brand has like 3.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
So that's like
Double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than double.
Good math,
I
Jack.
know if I start about that.
Brilliant maths.
You're making some points in here. Don't worry. Okay, well, what would we
Yeah, I
like
like
to finish
that.
on, guys? Have you got any final burning questions?
I asked
I
loads.
can't wait
What-
to eat it. I like really want to eat it.
Yeah. What do you want to tell everyone about your product? Like
Yeah.
what you're
What are you
most
passionate
excited
about?
about?
What am I passionate about? I think like the whole ethos and the dream, like what I want from it is that you get your mornings back, you get time. Like I think
Yes.
it's such a sacred moment of the day, your morning, to be able to like do whatever. You know, I love like 15 minutes additional of like running or
Yeah.
walking or whatever it is, like being able to just like, get up and go. And basically it's like better breakfast for fuller lives. Like
Totally.
Like that.
it's
yeah.
just so, I
I
just
start your morning
phrase.
in
Do you have like a
completely
slogan?
different way.
Is there a
yeah,
slogan?
it's hungry for more.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hungry for more. And
I'm
it's
hungry for it right now.
yeah, there we go, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's
I
like
agree.
so, you know, I feel like we spend so much time faffing and worrying about what we're putting into our bodies. And if brands just
true.
actually
True.
showed up and like did what they say they were what they're supposed
going
to
to have
do,
to.
Yes.
and like put proper ingredients in products, then we wouldn't have to like spend our time panicked.
Analyzing
About
everything.
everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
exhausting.
It
They need to be
is,
true
it
to what
is.
they're sharing.
Sometimes
Like,
you just want to eat breakfast and get on with your day. Like
Yeah.
Makes you
Yeah.
burn out before you've even opened your eyes.
Do you know what I
Because you
mean?
have to like worry about it. Yeah, I agree.
like I think you have such an important role as a company to like, you know, these busy people who don't have time to like turn the pot around and check
Yeah.
what's in the ingredient list. Like they're entrusting you with their health,
Yeah.
with their wellness, like with
Yes.
their, you know, what their whatever their insides, and
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, longevity.
that's their inside, and like you have to show up for them and support them and do what you say you're gonna do. Like I think there's so many brands that just are not.
They won't get away with it.
I
think
wish
when you've got
more
new brands
brands,
coming out like this that are actually showing up and being honest about the product.
What do you
They
think
won't
about
be
the
able
whole thing like missing breakfast or like fasting? Because I know a lot of people fast.
I think I
Have
mean
it for lunch then.
Well, you can.
Eat it.
Yeah,
you can fast, but you eat uji.
Uji is like black coffee. You need it.
Yeah.
No, I feel like I mean each to their own. I'm not gonna like sit there and say if it works. I think we are also bio-individual. Like, like what is good for my body may not necessarily be good for your bodies.
100%,
and like if you some people can, for example, I often have a coffee before breakfast, and like a lot of people
couldn't do
couldn't
that.
do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I can't have tea. Tea makes me feel really sick on an empty stomach.
That is interesting.
So like it's so
everybody's
bio-individual.
different.
You know your body, you do whatever. And there's there's hopefully enough people that eat breakfast who can eat uji.
Well, I love oats and love
We eat
breakfast.
oats all the time, don't we?
Yeah, we
It's amazing.
actually maybe too much oats.
We love
All right,
never
we're
too
gonna wrap
much.
this
Never too much.
Well, it was great having you on the
Cool.
podcast.
Yeah,
It's been awesome.
It's been such fun.
And follow everyone.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.